Welcome to Combat Attrition Wargaming. This is Kevin here. Today we're diving deep into the grim darkness of the far future with Warhammer 40,000, the tabletop wargame that has captured the imaginations and wallets of people around the world. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell icon for more epic content. Warhammer 40,000, often called Warhammer 40K or just plain old 40K, is a sci-fi tabletop miniature war game set in a dystopian future where humanity battles for survival against hideous demons and heinous xenos, in a galaxy plunged into endless war and chaos. Warhammer 40,000 is set in the 41st millennium, a time of darkness and superstition and unrelenting conflict. The galaxy is a grim and brutal place, with the Imperium of Man fighting against various alien races, chaotic forces, and the ever-present threat of heresy from within. At its core, the game involves assembling and painting miniatures, each representing different factions with unique armies and lore. These miniatures are deployed on a tabletop battlefield, and players engage in strategic head-to-head warfare. There are numerous factions within the game, each with its own unique physical playstyle, history, backstory, and aesthetic. From the stalwart Space Marines of the Imperium to the enigmatic Eldar, to the brutish orcs and the insidious forces of chaos. The options are expansive. The core concepts of Warhammer are simple. The game is played with dice, rulers, and a rulebook that guides players through movement, shooting, and close combat phases. Each army has its own codex, which contains specific rules, unit profiles, and special abilities that make them distinct on the battlefield. Point-based army building is a fundamental aspect of this game. Players construct their army by spending points on units, weapons, and upgrades, creating a balanced force to take on their opponents. Tactical skills, strategic foresight, and a bit of luck are all key elements to victory. Now, if you're itching to jump into the grim-dark world of Warhammer 40,000, here's how to get started. First, consider picking up one of the starter sets. Games Workshop offers fantastic starter sets that include everything you need to begin your journey, including miniatures, rulebooks, dice, and more. These sets are carefully designed to ease newcomers into the game. The next thing you need to do is choose your faction. There are so many incredible factions, whether you're drawn to the regular Joes of the Astra Militarum, the technologically advanced Tau, or the mysterious Necrons. Finding an army that aligns with your playstyle and aesthetic preferences is crucial. You aren't going to want to spend the money and take the time to assemble and build an army that you don't like. They may be the strongest army in the game, but if you don't like the way they look and the way how fun they are to paint, you aren't going to want to play that army for long. Assemble and paint your miniatures after you've bought them. This is what makes your army truly yours. Warhammer is very interesting. There's a very established lore, there's established factions, but that doesn't mean you have to follow directly in their footsteps and make your Space Marines exactly like the Ultramarines. There are unique and custom chapters and custom factions you can create for every single faction in this game. You don't have to run with any of the pre-designed rule set or pre-designed factions. Your painting can be your own. You could even paint your army to look like one thing and run them using a traditional army's rule set. Now, one thing I will suggest is you take the time to learn the rules. Start with basic concepts like moving, maybe measuring distances, and then gradually add complexity as you become more comfortable. I found that playing smaller games with a slimmed down rule set makes this game so much more approachable. I will be making a tutorial series for Warhammer 40K in the near future, so check back for that video. Well, there you have it, and here you have just a small view of a little bit of my collection. This has been an introduction to the vast and thrilling universe of Warhammer 40,000. Whether you're a seasoned veteran or a fresh recruit, there's always more to explore in the 41st millennium. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your fellow hobbyists, and comment below your favorite faction or any other questions you might have. Thanks for joining us today on Combat Attrition Wargaming. Until next time, may your rolls be blessed by the God Emperor and your armies victorious in the grim dark of Warhammer 40,000.